a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
Who is Dlux? I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My name is Darnell Hatcher, and I'm a recording artist. When I was born, my mama told me they took me from the hospital into a foster home immediately.
Yeah. It's the one I used to lay downstairs. Me and my big brother. Yeah. Growing up as a foster child has impacted my singing career because it was a way of getting out. You know what I mean? Not even worrying about what's going on. Like you still worry about it because I was always in and out the homes. You know what I'm saying? I would go back home for a year and come back for go in the foster home for 4 years, come back for a year. It was always crazy stuff like that. So singing was like the way out.
What inspired me to sing was I used to always catch the box. They used to come on TV. It was this TV channel that played all videos. And every time I heard certain songs like Jodeci, Aaron Hall, R. Kelly, I was really glued to it, you know what I mean? And try to sound like them with my voice, you know what I mean? So that's what started me on singing.
I stayed at, a teacher's house when I was in high school because when you're that older, 15 and 14, it's hard for them to find a home, for older kids. They just don't want it, it's hard to find it because they'd rather deal with you when you're small. And my teacher must have read my files. It was like seeing what I was, whatever I was going through. And I think another kid told the teacher that I wasn't even at home. My mama was putting me out as maybe the day of or the day before. And so she was like, if you ever need a place to stay, you can come over. And that's when I went over there. She opened up her doors. I don't even think she confirmed it with her husband. But as we got there, they go like her name was Miss Downey. So shout out to Miss Downey. I'm gonna have to see you in a little while.
I knew I was good enough to be a singer when I was in high school, and I was asked to sing Black History programs, participate in singing the national anthem for basketball games. So I was just like, yo, I probably should do this for real. Instead of just mimicking stuff, just sing for real. Everybody else liked it, but the teachers was asking me to do programs in school.
2013, I was demoing records with, for the bad guys. That's Track Sanders and DJ Payne 1. I was just demoing, you know what I mean? I was working with Tracks before, a little bit before then, when he had another artist that I was doing some personal training for. And that's how we kind of built a relationship. I was just demoing records. In my spare time, I like to cut hair. I cut hair. A hell of a barber. I work out tough. So y'all can have something to look at as well as when I'm singing. Oh, I remember this upstairs. I remember taking pictures right here. I remember my dad came home one time and I asked him for $1. He slid me a food stamp, stole it from my mama. Slid me a food stamp right down this gate. And I went to that store with my big brother.
What I would say to another kid that grew up like me is like any other kid, you know what I mean? Stay inspired by, doing positive stuff. Whatever you're good at, don't let nobody tell you you ain't good at it, you know what I mean? You just keep it going. You gotta keep it going. If you quit, that's when it quits, everything. So if you give up, everything gives up, you know what I mean? Everything that could ever happen is gone because you gave up on something that you was good at. Where do I see myself in 5 years? If God willing, I would be number one for a long time. I'll be like Drake, you know what I mean, opening up, selling out shows. It's gonna take a lot of work. It's gonna take teamwork. And keep God first. If you keep God first, sky is the limit. You'll find a team, or you'll find, help with something, but you just gotta keep God first.
I remember bad times when you wasn't there, and I cried myself to sleep. And I prayed to God you would show up and you would come and rescue me. So tell me, do you love me? Tell me, do you love me? Do you love me now? 'Cause it's hard for me to imagine how can I love myself